right, Mr. Wright, sir, what is your full name?
Freddy Wright,
How old are you?
43.
How far did you go in school?
11th grade.
Do you read, write, and understand the English language? Sir, are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcoholic beverages at this time?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand the proceedings that are happening here today? Sir, are you familiar with the 2 charges that you're facing? Do you understand those charges?
Yes, ma'am.
As to those charges, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty? Sir, you have the right to have a jury trial set within 60 days. Would you like to invoke or waive that right? Okay. This case is going to remain here. Did you guys have any discussions about when you wanted the trial set?
We did not, Your Honor. My thought was sometime in October, if the court's calendar can permit that.
Okay.
That's fine, Your Honor.
That's October?
Yeah.
Okay, let me check. Okay, I can do it the first week of October. All right, jury trial will be October 7th.
Your calendar call date is going to be September 26th at 9 a.m. Your pre-trial conference is going to be September 19th at 9 a.m. And your status check trial readiness is going to be June 6th at 9 a.m.
All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you. guys.
Thank you.
Mr. Tanasi, you ready?
Your Honor, I have one other one. I'm
Oh,
not positive
go
if someone from the state is here. Ms. Jefferson is on page 20, Your Honor.
I apologize, Mr. Martinez, you told me that, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go to page 20, C 381-180, State of Nevada versus Antoine Shaw. May the record reflect that Mr. Shaw is present in custody. Mr. Martinez is here on his behalf. Ms. Jefferson is here on behalf of the state. This is the date and time set for initial arraignment. Ms. Jefferson, is this going to death review?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, in light of that, Mr. Martinez, are you prepared to continue the arraignment for the death review?
We are, Your Honor.
It continues for 2 weeks?
March 21st at 9 a.m.
Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you. Mr. Tanasi, you ready?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, let's go to page 6. And then there's a co-defendant, Mr. Orno. Let's go to page 6 and 7. C 371-752, State of Nevada versus Lindsay Bello, State of Nevada versus Miles Stano. May the record reflect that Ms. Bello is present in custody. Mr. Tanasi is here on her behalf. Mr. Stano is present in custody. Mr. Ornos is here on his behalf. Mr. Schwartz, are you standing in for the state?
Your Honor, we just had a brief conversation. We are anticipating being ready from the defense side. We're also negotiating and working our way into a settlement conference. I think we could do this without Mr. Netti, but.
Okay.
That's-
Mr. Schwartz, I'm just gonna leave the dates as they are, so I won't do anything that really to make you stand down in case it's not yours. All right, Mr. Schwartz is here on behalf of the state, so the defense will be ready. As far as we know, the state will be ready. You guys are looking for a settlement conference?
We're working on scheduling, Your Honor.
Okay. So the status check in 90, that date is?
June 6th at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Judge.
June 5th, 6th.
Mr. Orman, oh, no, it's not your first time, we'll come back again. Mr. Grasso, you ready or you need some more time?
I just walked in, because I need to talk to my clients.
No worries.
I mean, I have 2 things. I have Mr. Ruiz and I have the writ argument on Mr. Beaver. I think we're doing the writ argument.
We're not, we moved all of
Oh,
those.
we moved it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Okay.
moved
then
all
I'll-
those. I'm pretty sure it's on next week.
Okay, that's fine.
It's not on today because I haven't read it. So I know that.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, it's next Thursday.
Just my assistant's lack of calendar.
Are you guys ready, Mr. Basher? Okay. Do we have the state? Oh, Mr. Schwartz is here. Let's go to page 12, 13, and 14. C 354-464, State of Nevada versus Kaylee Lewis. State of Nevada versus Christopher McDonald. State of Nevada versus Sean McDonald. May the record reflect that Ms. Lewis is present in custody. Mr. Peck is here on her behalf. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. May the record reflect that Mr. Christopher McDonald is present in custody. Mr. Basher is here on his behalf. Mr. Sean McDonald is not present. I believe he refused. Did he refuse today?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, he refused transport. Mr. Oram is here on his behalf. Mr. Mann is also here. All right, so this is the time set for us. And Mr. Schwartz is here on behalf of the state. It says status check trial readiness, but it's not trial readiness because we vacated the trial date last time and we actually need to set a trial date. Did you guys have any discussions on when you wanted a trial set?
Yes, Your Honor. I think all parties, if it's acceptable to the court, would ask for November.
That's correct, Your Honor.
November will work. Let's put it November 4th as your jury trial date. Calendar call date is,
The October 24th at 9 AM. Your pretrial conference is October 17th at 9 AM. Your status check trial readiness is June 6th at 9 AM.
all right, and Mr. Orm and Mr. Mann, can you guys go to the jail and visit your client and see what's going on?
I visited him yesterday, Your Honor.
Okay,
And,
if you have no concerns, I have no concerns.
he asked me, I asked him, would it be okay if we set a trial date today? I had a suspicion this is gonna happen. He said, please set the trial date.
Okay. Okay, if you have no concerns, I don't, just to make sure this is just the second time he refused, so I just wanted to make sure you didn't have any concerns. Okay, all right, I'll see you guys back here at the session.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Buckley, are you here for Mr. Pesci?
Sure.
Actually, I believe it's a motion that needs to be argued. I believe Ms. Cole is coming on
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Weinstock's motion.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Goldstein, what are you here on?
Judge Marcus Parker.
I didn't know you had that.
Well, I do and I don't.
I consolidated it all into this case. so I have
Exactly.
a
Last
case.
week you signed the order consolidating my case into this one, so I'm just here to request withdrawal and have an order of withdrawal as well.
Okay, well, let me just call it. Let's go to page 16, C 356-650, State of Nevada versus Marcus Parker. May the record reflect Mr. Parker is not present. Mr. Abitangelo contacted Chambers yesterday, and let me see what he said. And requested that his client's appearance be waived for today, but he did intend for the hearing to go forward. Is that correct? Because we're just setting a new date.
Yeah, we're just setting a new date. I just contacted Mr. Abitangelo. He's in DC 12, so he just asked that we wait for.
Okay. All right, so what I'll do right now, Mr. Goldstein is here because he represented Mr. Parker in one of his other cases. Last week, I did sign an order consolidating all of his cases into this one. So, Mr. Goldstein, your oral motion to withdraw is going to be granted. You are not
I was
the
planning
attorney.
to file a written motion, Judge, then I saw it on calendar and figured I'd just.
I'll
show
grant your oral motion to withdraw because I consolidated them all pursuant to a request.
Exactly.
And so Mr. Abitangelo can represent him on everything.
Appreciate that. I have an
Okay.
order here. Do you want me to submit it through the
Nope, you can
inbox?
approach us.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll sign it. We'll just keep it in our file.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good to see you.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Counsel, what are you here on? Oh, Mr. Bradford.
Yes.
Are you here on that, Ms. Parker? All right, let's go to page 10. Go to page 10, C, T 250-928, State of Nevada versus Julius Bradford. May the record reflect that Mr. Bradford is present via Blue Jeans. Mr. Bradford, can you hear me? Because your screen is muted. Is there any way you could click on his screen to blow it up? It's not you.
I think I'm unmuted now.
Yeah, you are. Okay. All right, Mr. Bradford
Morning.
is present. Good morning. In custody, he is pro se. We have Mr. Ewing here and Ms. Levy is also here as attorneys of record. Ms. Levy, are you able to confirm at this time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Weckerly is here on behalf of the state and counsel for the Nevada Department of Corrections.
Victoria Corey, bar number 16364.
Okay, so last time we were here, there was a request for Mr. Ewing to get another lawyer appointed, which we have done through the Office of Appointed Counsel. And the court ordered the prison not to destroy the video from the cell search, and has that not been done?
Your Honor, I don't
No
believe
problems on that.
there is no video of the cell search.
Okay, what were you saying, Mr. Bradford?
Oh, there's no problems on that at all.
Okay,
Everything's, I talked to Miss Corey, we're good.
and I'm sorry, Mr. Bradford, there's a lot of noise going on in the courtroom. Can you repeat that?
Oh, I said, I spoke with Miss Corey. We had a conference about another case, but we talked about this stuff. And if I have any issues with law library, she told me I could reach out to her through Mr. Ewing. So we're all good on that end too. We're just ready to set the trial date.
All right. Did you guys have any discussions about when you wanted this trial to be set?
We did,
Um,
yes.
What are you suggesting?
February.
Mr. Bradford, February work for you?
That's fine with me.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
state,
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
no worries, state,
So, Your Honor, that's fine. We'll just put it back on if that's not good for Mr. Pesci.
okay, all right. And Mr. Bradford, you understand, Mr. Pesci is not here right now, so we're gonna go ahead and set this in February per everybody's request. But if he has any concerns about the dates, he can file a motion and put it back on. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, no problem.
Okay,
Like mid February.
okay, well, the eighteenth is the week of President's Day. You want it the eighteenth or the 24th?
18th seems fine to me.
18th is fine, because this is the death penalty case. We'll have to do a questionnaire and bring them in individually anyway.
That
So
works.
let's set it February 18th of 2025 for trial. Calendar call is,
Your calendar call date's gonna be February 6th at 9 a.m. Your pretrial conference is gonna be January 30th at 9 a.m. And your status check trial readiness is June 6th at 9 a.m.
okay. All right, so we'll have everybody back here in June. Okay, thank you, guys. Okay, perfect. All right. All right, let's get, Mr. Cano, let's get your case done with the interpreter. Let's go to page 3. C 379-121, State of Nevada versus Royen Mendoza. May the record reflect that Mr. Mendoza is present in custody, being assisted by the court interpreter. Madam Interpreter, can we have your name for the record?
Lorena Resnick, court certified interpreter, NLV 515.
Okay, Mr. Cano is here on behalf of the Special Public Defender's Office. Mr. Cano, are you able to confirm on this?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Okay. Counsel for the state, can we get your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. Tina Morales for the state.
All right. So this is the date and time set for arraignment. Mr. Cano, are you prepared to go forward?
Yes, he's gonna enter not guilty and he's invoking.
All right. Mr. Mendoza, sir, what is your full name?
Roidan Durruti Mendoza.
Roidando,
Roidan Durruti Mendoza.
Okay. Sir, how old are you?
38.
38,
How far did you go in school?
12 grado.
the 12th grade.
Do you read, write, and understand the English language? I'm sorry, do you read, write, and understand the Spanish language?
Sí.
Yes,
Sir, are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcoholic beverages at this time?
No.
no,
Do you understand the proceedings that are happening here today?
Sí.
yes,
Are you familiar with the 19 charges that you're facing?
¿Me puedes repetir, por favor?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Do you understand the charges that you're facing?
Sí.
Yes.
As for those charges,
For the record, Your Honor, I gave him a translated copy of the indictment. So I gave that to him yesterday.
thank you, Mr. Cano. As to those charges, how do you plead?
No culpable.
Not guilty.
Sir, you have the right to have a jury trial set within 60 days. Would you like to invoke or waive that right?
Quiero ese derecho.
I want that right.
Okay, this case,
Before we set the trial date, I informed Mr. Mendoza that I have to be at jurisdiction for the month of.
okay. Well, this case is not staying here. It's gonna be assigned to Department 12.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll set it.
status check trial setting in Department 12, that date is? Yes.
It's gonna be March 12th at 8:30.
May the interpreter have the date repeated?
March 12th at 8:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, now that you just showed up, Mr. Abtani, you just gonna show up late and just bust right up to the front of the line? That's what Weinstock said. And in Weinstock here on time, we all just gonna start thanking Jesus. Let's go to page 16. C 356-650, State of Nevada versus Marcus Parker. May the record reflect Mr. Parker is not present. Mr. Abitangelo, you did contact Chambers yesterday asking us to waive his appearance. We are going to waive his appearance for today. Mr. Abitangelo is here on his behalf. Mr. Palal is here on behalf of the state. This is on for a status check sentencing. I think we need to set this out probably in June
Yes.
and do a status check just based on the codefendant.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's have a status check in mid-June. That date is?
It'll be June 20th at 9 a.m.
Thank you. All
Thank
right, thank you. All right, I'm gonna get the status checks out of here before we start hearing the motions. Let me just get to that, Mr. Schwartz. Let's go to page 9, C 344155, State of Nevada versus Giovanni Ruiz. Mr. Grasso. Gate. May the record reflect Mr. Ruiz is present in custody. Mr. Grasso is here on his behalf. Mr. Schwartzer is here on behalf of the state. This is the date and time set for status check trial readiness. Are you gonna be ready on this in June?
We are, Judge.
State,
I don't see anything going on.
okay, state,
We will be ready on.
okay,
And Judge, just so the court knows, we are very interested. We're into some pretty serious plea negotiations, so, you know, if things work out, the state's made a tentative, generalized plea area, let's say, like, this is what we'd be considering, and it's favorable to my client, and, so the court knows it's not just one of these cases that, yeah, we're going and that's the end of it and we're not dealing.
no, I mean, you know. All right, I'm gonna have to have you guys back here for a status check though next month, because we gotta do a questionnaire.
Right.
If this is gonna go in June, we gotta do a questionnaire. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this for a status check in 3 weeks, and you guys can update me on the negotiations or a questionnaire, and I'll give you a due date for the questionnaire if this case is not negotiated at that time.
Understood.
Okay,
Be March 28th at 9 a.m.
Judge, March 28th, I'm actually flying out of town.
okay, then 21st.
I can do yeah, 21st is fine.
Okay, we're gonna do it March 21st. That just gives you guys less time, but I need to know because we gotta get a questionnaire out.
Okay.
If this is going, okay? March 21st.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you guys.
I have one more status check,
Go ahead.
although I don't know if the attorney's here. It's Miss Lentz, Michelle Lentz.
I saw that, but I haven't, the attorney hasn't checked. Is Mr. Wilson here? Maybe he's on Blue Jeans. Is Justin Wilson on Blue Jeans? I'm sorry, we're on Zoom now. He hasn't checked in, Mr. Schwartzer.
Your Honor, is that, I know with this courtroom, it's always, is it okay if I run to another courtroom real quick?
Yeah, I have some other stuff today.
Yeah.
I won't send my squad after you. Is Mr. Singer on Blue Jeans? All right. Go to page 11C 370273, State of Nevada versus Diego Cruz Gomez. May the record reflect that Mr. Cruz Gomez is present in custody. Mr. Karen is here on his behalf. Ms. Jefferson is here on behalf of the state. This is the date and time set for a couple of motions. Let's start with the motion to reconsider the defense motion to sever the robbery counts from the murder counts. I have read the motion. I have read the opposition. Anything you want to add to the motion?
Good morning, Your Honor. I did, I don't know if you were able to read the footnote, so I attached it as an exhibit separately, so you could read that.
No, I read it.
All right, so everything in the footnote is about a conversation between Detective Gutierrez and Officer Lamaglio that occurred before the interview, before 2100 hours even, when he was actually placed in custody. I didn't have that when we filed the motion to sever the counts. There's no evidence in this case still, Judge, that there's any robbery of Mr. Calzada or attempted robbery. You've seen anything that the state has produced saying there was a robbery going on. So I wanted to make that point clear. There still have nothing linking the two cases at all, other than there's a .45 caliber shell involved. The information I got after I filed the motion included the fact that there was an additional tape recording of Detective Gutierrez that made it much clearer that he did not